Hi, my name is Tavifa, and in this video I'm going to give you the easiest guide on how to use forScore. I'm a professional violinist. I've been performing with chamber orchestras, with ensembles. I also run my own quartet. We usually play a lot of community concerts and private events. I do all of those commitments using my iPad and using forScore. Back to COVID time, when we all got the stimulus check of $1,400, I remember I was so excited to get it, and I realized that there was one thing that I really wanted, and that's when I bought an iPad. It was at the time when most of my friends were switching to iPad, and I saw that I was kind of missing out, but I couldn't afford it. And then this money came. Obviously there were so many things I could use it for, but I thought it was a great opportunity. I'm using iPad, and I wrote down that is an iPad Pro 12.9 inch, which is 33 centimeters. When I bought it, there were certain things that I was considering. Number one, I wanted a good size. I wanted it to replicate paper. I didn't want something that's very small, even though some people make it work and find it practical anyway. So that's why I ended up buying the 12.9 inch. I bought it new right from the store, even though there are a lot of cheaper options like refurbished things, and also you can buy it from the internet. I was paranoid about having a good battery, and there's no way I could have checked that. I wanted a battery that lasts long, so that's why I made a priority to buy it right from the store. Even when I got it, I engraved my name in the back of iPad, and I put my cell phone number. You know, you have the option of engraving things. Just that simple thing. I remember being asked, like, are you sure? How are you gonna sell this iPad? And I just realized, like, you know what? I'm not planning to sell it. I'm planning to use it until it dies. And that's how I ended up with this iPad. When I got the iPad, I also got the pencil, and I got a case. I looked at the case. I wanted to attach it, but sadly it discontinued. When you buy the case, I recommend not getting the keyboard. Just get a regular case, because if you're gonna use this iPad for music, I don't see why keyboard is necessary. Also, the iPad should not be a replacement for a computer or a laptop, because oftentimes many apps are not working properly if used on iPad. Always look at the iPad as this additional fancy thing that you can have, but not as a replacement. In terms of accessories that I use besides case, pencil, I have an iPad stand that I'm currently using for my microphone. I love this iPad stand because I bought it at the same time I bought the iPad in 2001, and since then it works so smoothly, so beautifully. It's light, it's tall, it's sturdy. One thing that has worn out over time is the little ball on top of the stick, and because of that I kept asking my friends what kind of iPad stands they use, because I thought of switching. But then I went to their official website and realized that they sell parts, so I'm just going to buy that specific part that's currently not working as well as I wish it did, and I'm just gonna continue using this iPad stand because I think it doesn't have any visual clutter. I noticed that a lot of music stands, like iPad stands, either have extra like wires or extra things sticking out, or it has other colors besides black in a concert setting. I didn't like that. And lastly, only a few weeks ago I bought myself my dream pedal, because that's what I use performing. Because when you set your music in an iPad, suddenly you only have one page at a time. You can have 2 pages or 3 pages, so it's nice to invest in good pedal. This is how the pedal looks like. This is the Airturn Duo BT 500. I saved up for it. I know it's only $100, but I saved up for it. I didn't buy it until, you know, a few weeks ago, and it's truly the best pedal so far. In the past I saw my friends use it all the time, and I had a different pedal that was quite annoying and difficult, but I was so stubborn in terms that since I paid for it, I wanted to use it until it completely died, even though it was making my life a little bit miserable. Now I have the pedal that works really well. So now let's move on to forScore. There are a lot of things that will be optional in this video, but I think this is the one thing that you must do no matter what. You have to turn off the auto lock. Auto lock is basically what makes your iPad shut down. You don't use it, it goes dark. And when you perform, that is number one thing that shouldn't happen, right? The iPad has to stay on. You do that in the app. If you're on forScore, you're gonna go to your toolbox, which is top right. There's like this little suitcase. So you're gonna click on it, and then you're gonna go all the way down when you have the option settings. Once you click on it, you will see the auto lock. So make sure that it's off, has no color. What would that do is basically every time when you are within the app, the app is not gonna shut down, it's gonna stay open. I do the exact same thing but in the iPad settings. That way, no matter what you do in the iPad, it doesn't turn off unless you turn it off yourself. For that, we are going to go to the iPad settings, and then we are going to go to display and brightness. You scroll and you see the word auto lock, click on it. Make sure that you click on never. The only downside is that you have to be careful, and if you don't use it, you lock it, because that way you're not gonna kill the battery. If you're gonna work on it and then go to sleep, it will stay open overnight until it dies. This is number one thing. People forget to mention it sometimes, but I think it's crucial because you don't want to be in a performance setting and suddenly the iPad turning off. Now we're going to talk about moving your paper to the app. There's like 4 ways to do it. Number one, you can do it through forScore. You're going to go again to the toolbox, and then there's the word that says scan. You're gonna click on it, and then you're just going to hold the iPad above your music. I suggest a flat surface with good light, and that's how you're going to save it. After you scan it, you click save, and automatically it's saved in your program. Because I don't carry my iPad with me all the time, but I am in the settings that I have to scan music, I usually use my phone. In the past, I've been using this app to scan it. I don't know why I was doing it. I think it was because I was having a very low quality phone and the app was enhancing the scans that I was doing. After that, I feel like Apple phones went through so many changes. You can use the app and then save it within the app and send it to your computer or to your iPad directly. Or you could go to emails in your phone and send yourself an email, and you can just do that by scanning music within the email and sending it to you. And lastly, you can do it in notes of your phone. We have the music that's saved on your iPad, and then we have the music that's kind of a PDF file somewhere. If you have it in your phone and you're sending to your iPad, you will get automatically a lot of options or where you want to save that PDF file, so you can save it in your Fiverr or books or documents. Also, the other option is forScore. You just click on forScore and the document is going to appear. Once it appears on forScore, I recommend to automatically change the title, whatever it is. Like I have the Silent Night. To be able to change the title, you just click where the title is, and you see how here you have so many options. I've been using this app again since 2021. I never used any of those options except the one with the title. So here, type in the title that you want and you save it, just leaving the page, and you see how now the title is changed. It's important to change the title and not have random letters, because when time goes by and you want to search for music, you go and you tap on the note that's on the top corner on the left, and then scroll down that you have this option of finding things, and here you can just type in the title and then you can play it. That's why it's nice to just have kind of a cohesive way of having a title for your music. Most of my libraries is a chaotic mess, but I never care because I use the search button and I just find everything I need there. One thing that has been really convenient for me, and again I've been using for the past few years, is creating set list. If you click on the 3 lines on the top left, it gives you all of this options of creating set lists. So if you click plus, you name the set list, and then you click create. Once you are in this set list, you can click the plus sign and add the songs that you love to have. Again, do you see how if you scroll down you can search? Here I'm just going to this song, and then all of the titles that actually have only short and sort of Christmassy, those are all the ones that I did for a little project. Now I have all of the songs on the side. If you don't like the arrangement, click on one and kind of move it, pick whatever you want to do, whatever order you want for this song. The main thing that set lists do that it's extremely convenient, it lets you, instead of picking each song every time you play, the set list is just letting you go from one song to another to another to another. This is very convenient. I do weddings a lot of times. For the ceremony, you know, you have a song for the processional, but then you have a different song for the bride. So it's very nice to kind of be able to move quickly from one song to another without making all the guests wait. Another cool thing about set list, by the way, if you swipe to the left while holding your finger on the set list, you have this yellow thing and you can send the whole set list. You can send it with the set list only, include the score, send it as annotated, and then you can send it only as a text list, so that way people know what are the songs within that set list. One thing that it's not showing right now, and I think that's only option when you send a song on its own, so if you click on the song and you go to the top where you have the 3 dots and then you click send. Do you see how you have sending it as PDF? That means any markings that you did, the person is not gonna get them. They will have a clean copy, annotated PDF. They're going to get your markings, but they're set in stone. Like they won't be able to adjust your markings. But the one that says send in forScore, that one is cool because you send it, and if they have the app as well, they will be able to open it in their own app and then able to edit. I don't think it had that option for the set list. We have this very beautiful screenshots that's very messy, but you can see that I have some writings in here, and I was able to do that by annotating. On the top right, you have this like squiggly line. If you click on it, it gives you all of these options of the pen stroke. If I pick this green one and I zoom in, and here I'm going to write down that this is G, G, G. You're probably thinking, what the heck's going on? It's just I was recording quartet pieces, but for violin only. And even though I'm pretty good at bass clef and viola clef, in the moment I had to record so fast within 10 minutes, so I was writing down all of the name of the notes. This is how you annotate. You just zoom in and you write down to erase. You just click on the eraser that's right next to the trash can. Do you see how you can change the size of the eraser? For example, I can just go and erase the entire page, so now I have a clean slate. Usually when I use forScore, these are the only things that I use. I know there are a lot of fancy updates. I'm going to kind of learn some things myself, and then I'm going to make some more videos on things that are cool about the app that could make our life easier, but we don't know about it. That's what I'm going to do. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I hope this video is making your life a little bit easier. Let me know if you have any questions. I always answering the comments that you're giving me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.